Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Good morning, boys and girls. My name is Mrs. Vang, and I'm so excited to have you join me today so we can learn our letters and our sounds so that we can become amazing readers and writers. Good job. Remember, the more we read and write and learn every day, the stronger our brain gets. And the stronger our brain gets, the smarter we get. So, are you ready to learn? Awesome. Let's get started because we have a lot to do today. So first, we'll start off with warming up our brain by playing a game called Mystery Word. Now to play this game, I'm going to show you some sound spelling cards. Your job is to blend the sounds together to guess my word. Now try to spell my word when you have guessed it. So if you have a pencil or a paper, a whiteboard marker, get it by because we're going to be doing some writing today. Are you ready? Oh, I know you are. Let's get started. My first sound is the volcano card, and the volcano card says V. My next sound is the egg card, and the egg card says eh. The next sound is the sun card, and that says S. And the last sound is my turtle card, and that says T. Blend it together. Vest. What's my mystery word? Vest. Good job, boys and girls. Let's check to see how you spelled it. Did you spell vest? V-E-S-T? Thumbs up if you did. Good job, boys and girls. So now that our brain is warmed up, let's practice our high-frequency words. Remember, high-frequency words are words that we see most frequently when we are reading. When you know how to read and write these words, then you don't have to stop to sound them out or to read and write. And this is going to help you with your reading and your writing. So we have two words that we're going to learn today. Help me read and write the words. So again, if you have your pencil or your whiteboard nearby, write it down with me. If not, write them in the air. You ready? Awesome. Our first word is now. Can you help me read it? Now. Awesome. Let's spell it. N-O-W, now. Good job. My next word is to. Help me say it. To. Help me spell it. T-O-O, to. Good job. Now remember, to is another word what we call homophones, meaning there are different words that can be spelled the same, but they sound the same, but they're spelled differently. And to is one of those words because this to means the also. So if I wanted to say, I want some cake too, this is this kind of to. Awesome job, boys and girls. So now let's read our sentences. I have two sentences for us. Let's try to figure out which one of these words will go into my sentence so that it makes sense. Ready? Help me read my first sentence. My first sentence says, will Dan come with us? That's right, it's a question. Let's see. And the next one says, Bob will make a kite. So let's see, which one will make sense? So if I said, will Dan come with us too? Because remember, that means also. So if I change it to, will Dan come with us too? Will he come with us also? Does that make sense? Yes, good job. And Bob will make a kite now. That makes sense. Good job, boys and girls. So our two words for today are to and now. Awesome job, boys and girls. So now let's go and practice our listening skills. So get those ears, turn them up. Ready? We're going to play a fun game called What's the Vowel Sound? So I'm going to say some sounds for you. And we're going to blend it, and then you tell me what vowel sound you hear. Ready? Let's start with these sounds. Ready? A, P. What's my word? map. Good job. What's my vowel sound? Ah. Awesome job, boys and girls. Okay, how about this word? How about the word, let me sound it out for you. Ready? Let me blend it out, give you the sounds. Ready? Ate. Blend it. Late. Awesome. What vowel sound did you hear in the middle? The A sound. Awesome job, boys and girls. Okay, how about this word? Ready? Aid. Blend it. Fade. Good job. What vowel sound did you hear? That's right. That's the A sound. Awesome job, boys and girls. So now that we have our listening ears turned up high, let's practice our focus sound of the week. So let me turn this around. So this week, we are focused on our short A that says ah, and our long A that says A, because we have 5 vowels, A, E, I, O, U. We learned that already. Did you know that our vowels can make 2 sounds? They can make the short sound, like A says ah, and it can also make a long sound. A can say A. This week, we're going to focus on the vowel, consonant, silent E, or sometimes your teacher might have called it a magic E or bossy E. I like to call it a silent E or bossy E because its job is to tell the A to say its name. It doesn't make any sound, but it does make the A say its name, and that's why your teacher might have called it a bossy E, okay? So I have a word for us. So let's blend this word together. So my word is add. What's my word? Mad. And if you notice, this A has the ah sound. That's the short A sound. Now, if I add that bossy E, now my word's gonna say aid, made. You see how the E did that? That E made the A say A. So now my word is made. You see? Let's try another word. What if I gave you this word? Let's move this. Now, what if I gave you this word? Ready? This says k and can. Short A says ah, but if I add that bossy E, now it's gonna make the A say A, so now it's gonna say k, ain, cane. Did you hear that? Take the E off, can, put the E on, cane. Awesome. Let's try that again with another word. What if I did this word? Ready? I have my T. Oh, and here's my P. Help me sound this out. This says t, app. That's right. There's no E. That A says the short A sound. Ah, t, app, tap. But if I put that bossy E, now it becomes t, ape, tape. Awesome. Good job, boys and girls. Now let's build one more word and let's try to practice and use some of our blends that we were practicing last week. Ready? So if I wanted to spell the word blame, help me sound it out. Bl. Ooh, there's that bl, and that's the BL. That's right. Bl. A. So I hear my A. So that means there's gonna be a bossy E at the end. You're right. So I'm gonna use this. What sound do you hear? Is the M. Good job. And here's my word blame. B-L-A-M-E. Remember, bossy E makes the A says A. Awesome job, boys and girls. So now let's practice reading some words with the short A and long A. Ready? Oh, let me get my reading fingers, but let me move this out of the way, boys and girls. Okay, so if you notice, my poster has some words. The top line is just all short A, okay? So remember, short A says ah. So let's practice reading these words. This says k, app, cap, mat, st, amp, stamp. There's my beginning blend and ending blend. Stamp and slap. There's my beginning blend. Good job, boys and girls. Now, the next line has all my long A. So remember, the E is going to make the A says A. So let's read it. Name, save, wake, and made. Good job, boys and girls. Now my next line has my long vowel sound. So we're going to say A because there's a bossy E at the end, but I added in our blends. So let's practice reading with our blends. Ready? Brave, flame, skate, and crane. Awesome job reading, boys and girls. Now let's read our sentence. Our sentence says, a cat drank milk from a plate. You see all those words with a short A and long A? That's right. Cat has the short A, drank had the short A, but plate had the long A because of that's right, the bossy E. So let's practice writing a sentence, and this is what we call a sentence dictation. That means I'm going to say a sentence for you, and I want you to try to write my sentence for me. Ready? My sentence today says, Pat wants to bake a cake. How many words? 6 words. Let me say that again. Pat wants to bake a cake. 6 words. Ready? Help me write it. You should have written it. Let's see if your sentence matches mine. Ready? First word was Pat, and that's his name, and it starts my sentence, so I want to put a capital. Pat wants, and that was a high frequency word before. Wants to, and bake says A, so I know that there's going to be a bossy E at the end. Bake a cake. A, there's my A, and there's my bossy E. And here's my sentence. Pat wants to bake a cake. Check your sentence. Does your sentence look like mine? Did you put a capital letter? Good job. Did you put finger spacing between your words? Check your words. Bake had the B-ake with that bossy E. Remember, it says A. And then, did you include a period? Always include a punctuation in your sentence, boys and girls. So my sentence says, Pat wants to bake a cake. Check it. Good job, boys and girls. You guys did an awesome job today. So remember, when things get hard, boys and girls, what do we say? We say, I can do it. I am smart, and Mrs. Vang believes in me, and I am awesome, because you are, boys and girls. So I want you guys to have an awesome day today. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.